Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. So today we're cooking cookies, chocolate chip cookies to be exact. We're using 2 sticks of butter. And what else we're gonna put in there? Now, okay. So I am using the chocolate chips, like the semi chocolate chips. That's what's in that bag. And then I'm using the Hershey bar and a Mr. Beast bar. And after we put 2 sticks of butter, we're going to put a little bit of sugar in there. Then after we put the sugar in there, I used 1 cup of sugar and I put a little bit extra in there because, come on now, you need a little bit extra. And then I'm going to get some brown sugar and I'm going to put that in there. And see, I got more sugar. I got more brown sugar, so don't worry. We're gonna fill that up. We're gonna fill that cup up. And do y'all like my measuring cups? I got them for Ross, for the cheap, for the cheapity cheap. And I'm just gonna open this bag, and we're just gonna fill the rest of it with the dark brown sugar. You could use light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. It's definitely up to you and what you have in your cabinet and what you like to use. I'm going to put that in there. So 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar. And then we're going to put, okay, what am I doing? You need to cook, girl. I don't know who you texting. You ain't got nobody to text. We're going to put some salt in there, some baking powder and baking soda, I think. Yeah, that was the baking powder right there. And then we're going to also use some baking soda. Now, honestly, I really don't understand why you use baking soda and baking powder because my cookies did not rise. I thought they were supposed to use that for cookies that's rising. And you see me, I'm trying to do my TikTok. And I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better content creator. Did y'all subscribe to my channel yet? Because I don't think we talked about that today. If y'all could just hit that subscribe button, like and comment. You can always turn on your post notifications just so you'll know every time I post. That's definitely up to you though. I'm gonna add some vanilla because you need some vanilla extract. And sometimes where I be getting these recipes from, I just Google them. Yep, I just Google them and I just find one. And honestly, sometimes I do look at 2 or 3 of them just to see like the main ingredients, because all the basic ingredients are the same. Basically, you can always tweak it to whatever you want though. And so I put in some baking soda, and this is me putting in the baking powder. And then I'm gonna put in a little salt. I guess just to calm down the sweetness. And then after I put that salt in there, we're gonna get us a whisk because a we don't have a mixer, so I'm gonna get a whisk and I'm just gonna whisk it up. If you don't have a mixer, it's okay. You can just go get you a whisk. I got me a whisk from Ross, or from Ross. I got the whisk and the measuring tools from Ross. Then we're gonna add an egg, and that egg has 2 yolks in it. So I'm just gonna add 1 egg, and we're just gonna stir, stir, stir. Whip it up. Now, this is the problem if you're using a whisk. If you're using a whisk, you will have to do that every now and then. If you had a mixer, you wouldn't have to stop and do that. But since I have a whisk, I have to do that. And this is just me, mixing it up, and I'm just taking a break because you really gotta have good arms for this. This ain't for the weak. This for the strong and mighty. This is for the ones who get it. But you see it's coming together though. You see how it's coming together. That's all that matters. As long as it come together. Honestly, I do think I overmixed it because it really didn't rise that well. But hey, you live and you learn. I'm learning now. I'm learning that I need a mixer. And honestly, I probably shouldn't have added that milk. But I added some milk because I said, I ain't got time for this. I don't got time to do this 1,000 times. I need to add something in here because I don't have time for this. And that's probably why my cookies didn't rise. My cookies were supposed to rise up, but that was just flat like a pancake. And this is me, making sure that I added everything in there. I was looking at the recipe online, and I'm just trying to make sure I added everything in there. Oh yeah, I didn't even add the flour. So now I'm about to add the flour, and I'm using cake flour. And you know what? That could have been it too, because I'm using cake flour. Maybe I should have used some self-rising flour. And then I'm just mixing it up like so. I don't know. It's kind of okay. Nah, I know. I already know the outcome, but it do look good now. Look at it. It look like some. It look like some pretty good batter, if you ask me. I'm just adding a little bit more flour, which I probably shouldn't have done, but hey, you live and you learn, right? And honestly, oh, when I'm adding some honey, okay, I'm just going overboard now. I'm just going overboard now, but you see what I'm doing? You got the feels. You don't have to add the honey. The honey is optional. And then once I get everything good and mixed up, well incorporated, I'm gonna give me a spoon, get my edges off, mix that in there real good, real nice, real good, real nice. And then, I'm just gonna add my chocolate chips in there after that. And then we're gonna be good and ready to go. You see that? Look at that. Look at that. Okay, stop playing with me. Yeah, that was like pancakes, but good pancakes. The good pancakes, not the nasty ones. And so now, oh yeah, and do y'all clean up as y'all go? When I'm cooking, I gotta clean up as you go. You gotta clean up as you go, so it'll make the cleanup time at the end less. And I'm adding, I'm adding my chocolate chips in, and then I'm gonna add some Hershey's because I love the cookies with the big chunks of chocolate in there. That's why I got these Hershey's because I like the big chocolate chunks in there. And then I'm gonna add. You see that, Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast ain't playing with y'all. Mr. Beast got all type of candy out, and we gonna use Mr. Beast candy also. And I'm just here, just boom, 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 breaking up, breaking up the pieces. Not too small because I want some big pieces in there, like I said. And then once I do that, that's gonna be a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Do y'all cook cookies? If y'all have ever made cookies from scratch, just tell me how y'all doing them. How you doing them? Are you using the chocolate chips, or are you using candy pieces? I like the candy pieces. And then I'm just going to, and see, I had to taste it because what's the hype about? What's the hype about, Mr. Beast? And you see all the chocolate in there? Yeah, that's how much you need. And then you going to stir that up. Yeah, yeah. Don't that look good? Don't that look good? Don't it look good? It look real, real good. Real, real good. Real delicious. It looks delicious. It looks delicious. Okay, and then I stir it up, make sure it's all good and incorporated. Okay, add more chocolate if you want to. Okay, I guess I felt like it wasn't enough chocolate. I wanted to be extra chocolatey, honestly. I did want that. I did want it to be extra chocolate. And now, after I do that, boom, spread it out, taste it. It tastes good. Now we're going to put that in the refrigerator. And then we're going to cook them. Now, what you want to do is get you a pan, get you some aluminum foil, and then get you some, what is that called? That's some baking spray. No, non-stick spray. Yeah, Baker's Joy to be exact. Once you get that Baker's Joy, you want to get you a spoon, or you can get a ice cream scoop if you have an ice cream scoop. Get you a spoon or an ice cream scoop and just start, putting the cookies, spoon them out on the baking pan. Now you can always put the cookie dough in the freezer first. Some people do that. And then if you do that first, I don't know what it do to the cookies, but yeah, you can definitely put them in the freezer first to make it easier to scoop out. Or you can just go ahead and scoop them out right then. Because who got time to put it in the freezer? Then you got to wait for it to get frozen. I don't got time for all that. And then, you just go ahead and put them all in there. And then you're going to put it in the oven. And you're going to let it cook until it gets golden brown or to the color of your choice. It's definitely up to you. I don't really have no specific time that I be letting stuff cook. I just cook it until I feel right, until it feels right. And then I'm just going to put it in the oven. And then there it goes. Thank you for watching TTYL.